Hello and welcome to what's in this week's Oban Times with me, Kathy Griffiths.
Me, Sandy Neal.
And me, Owen Wild.
Well, we've had a busy week here in the office, as always, and we've got lots for you to read in the paper or online at www.westcoasttoday.co.uk. We love hearing your stories and seeing your photos, so keep getting in touch by emailing us at editor@obantimes.co.uk, calling us on 01631 568 000, or getting in touch on our social platforms, including Facebook and X, formerly Twitter. Now, first up is Sandy. What have you got for us?
Thank you very much, Kathy. Well, the £70 million rural growth deal for Argyll and Bute will progress following a spending review by the UK government, promising 300 extra jobs, more houses on Mull and Isla, and a new seaweed and shellfish research centre at Sam's in Dunbeg. Politicians should establish a right for young people to live where they grew up amid the rural housing shortage, says a body of community landowners. Scientists have successfully trialled a method of finding examples of ghost fishing and other lost creel gear in Scottish seas as they attempt to reduce the risk of marine mammal entanglement. In the Oban Times this week, councillors have expressed hope that Fort William's Moss Park care home can be saved by a partnership between Highland Council and NHS Highland after a secret meeting resulted in confusion. And Atomic Pishuk turned the air pink at the Royal National Mod as it celebrated 21 years of singing together. Kathy, back to you.
Thank you, Sandy. Well, Oban's seafront was buzzing at the weekend with thousands of people gathering for the town's annual fireworks display. The sky was set alight with spectacular colours, and it wasn't just crowds along the esplanade who were in for a show. Passengers on a Calmac ferry had a front row seat when their ferry set off during the display. Watch out for our photos and video on our website. In other news, shell growers from all over the country gathered at Oban's Corran Halls last week for their annual conference. And in this week's Oban Times, you can hear from some of the winners of this year's hotly contested oyster and mussel competition. I was going to say, well, they'll all be clamouring to read about that.
Good one.
Okay.
Good one.
I'll move on. Oban Lifesavers made a splash at their annual sponsored swim and have raised over £2,800 for the club's funds. Two of the club's young members were also recently awarded the Kayla MacDonald Shield for their hard work and commitment throughout the year. Well done. And Restore's Rescued Food Shop needs you. The Food Waste Initiative is looking out for new early morning and evening volunteers to help out with food collections. Find out more about how to get involved in this week's OT and online. And we've also got lots of cracking photos of your Halloween celebrations. So be sure to get this week's OT from all the usual retail spots or go online to take a look. Big shout out to all the wonderful imaginations out there who came up with some great costumes for the school parties. Owen, I won't ask what you were dressed up as Halloween, but you might like to tell us what stories you've been working on this week for us.
Well, it was very boring this year. I didn't actually have a Halloween costume.
Boo! Boo!
Okay. Well, we've got a big announcement this week from our neighbours up north in Fort William, as Nevis Radio has obtained its licence and is due to start broadcasting in Oban from next year. The station is looking to fill the void left by the closure of Oban FM a few months ago, and is even trying to bring on some of its old stars. But which ones? We'll have to wait and see, as mast upgrades need to be completed before any broadcast can begin. In other news, Scalstall Fish Farm on Mull is planning a major refit, and in our sister paper, the Oban Times, the debate over national parks rages on with a parliamentary meeting of the Public Petitions Committee. Finally, Mull paid tribute this Friday to Dr. Sam Jones, Lifeboat Operations Manager of the Tobermory RNLI, as well as their press liaison. Sam's 14-year career in Tobermory and her work as a historian made her a beloved figure in the RNLI community, with representatives from stations all over the country attending her funeral.
Thank you, Owen. Well, that's all from us this week, but there's a lot more to discover in the paper and online. Thank you for listening, and goodbye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
Goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
And goodbye from me, Owen Wild.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, hey.